Okay.
Good morning, Ms. Sherman. How are you?
I'm doing quite well, Karunya.
Okay, let's start with the interview. How long have you been teaching at Oakdale?
I started at Oakdale on October 27th of last year, so I am about 10 months into my time at Oakdale.
So in the 10 months, how much do you like Oakdale?
Oh my goodness. I do not think I can overstate how much I have found a home here at Oakdale. I have had experience in a lot of different high schools over the course of my teaching career, both as a full-time teacher and a substitute, and I have to say that hands down, Oakdale is the most welcoming environment that I have been in.
So how long have you been teaching in total?
In total, well, okay, so that's a story.
All right.
When I was first out of college, I taught for 8 years, high school English and theater. Cool, but then I needed to leave the classroom for a while, and I went into the corporate sphere. I worked in corporate America as a trainer and a training manager in the sales channel, and did that for 7 years until I was laid off and my position was eliminated across the entire company. Took a couple years to stay at home with my kiddo through the pandemic, and then decided last year to come back full time. So this is technically my 10th year of teaching.
Okay. In your corporate job, how do you think that experience helped you become a better teacher?
I think that there were many aspects of my time in corporate America that inform what happens in my classroom now. I think that I had the opportunity to teach a different sort of clientele, people who were highly motivated by the what's in it for me, because by attending my trainings, they sold more and were able then to make more money immediately. It was like in the pocket kind of payoff. Whereas here back in high school, I very much enjoy the kinds of interactions I have with teenagers. Most people in the world look at me when I'm nuts when I say teenagers are my favorite kinds of people. You all have so much growing on in you and growing in you and changing in you that I gained a new appreciation for that in my time away from the classroom.
All right. How did you feel was the transition between your previous at home to teaching again? How hard was it?
Well, I mean, the days started earlier. That was a little tough. But other than that, it felt like slipping into a pair of well-worn shoes, getting back into the classroom. I had been away from public education for about a decade before I came back. And I did not realize just how much I missed it and how much it fed my soul to be here. So yeah, the transition wasn't as difficult as it might have been.
All right. So what new classes are you teaching this school year?
Actually, I'm very fortunate this school year in that this semester I'm teaching the same courses I taught last year. So I have advanced placement, English language and composition, and English 11 honors. It's great to be able to have those same curricula again, to be able to dive deep and to really get to know what I'm teaching. This spring, I'm fortunate enough to start teaching FCC 101, Introduction to Rhetoric and Composition, which fits right in the wheelhouse with AP Lang. And I'm very much looking forward to the experience of becoming an FCC adjunct here at the school.
All right. So, are you running any clubs this year?
Oh, I am so glad you asked. Yes, so I and Miss Bigelow am starting the speech and debate team here at Oakdale High School. So we will meet during block 2 during the fall semester, and there will be signs up around the school with a QR code to fill out a brief survey. No requirements to join other than a willingness and a desire to speak publicly.
How do you think that club would impact students and their behaviors, or like how they would go out on their lives?
So speaking from experience, when I was in high school, I was a huge debate nerd, right? So like president of our debate team for the final 2 years and speaker at regional conferences, etc. I know that having been a part of debate was essential to becoming a well-spoken and grounded individual. To engage in debate made sure that I stayed plugged into what was going on in the world, that I had to consider all sides, And I think one of the best things debate did for me was that it made sure that I could argue just as convincingly for a point that I vehemently disagreed with as I could. One of the best things that students can do for themselves to become more fully engaged citizens and also to become more prepared to meet the world with grace and poise.
All right. So, is this your first time running the club, or have you ran it before?
Oh no, this is brand new, and I am flying by the seat of my pants and learning as I go.
All right. Emery, do you have any other questions, or is that out? All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Sherman.
Absolutely, thank you.